I'm looking on YouTube. We may be live here. It says waiting for Smile King 40, but we should be live. Welcome everybody to Wednesday night live show.
Hello.
We have a special guest today, Don. Hello, Don. How are you doing?
Doing good.
And let me shut off YouTube's volume there. Always with me, Brian, Tom, and Tim. We're gonna let Don let everybody know who you are.
I'm just a little guy out in the Midwest here in Iowa. We started a group called Iowa Vape Association, and we're just trying to make a difference here in Midwest as much as we can.
Awesome. You have a website by any chance too? You can promote that on here if you'd like to as well. If you
it's just the name www.iowavapeassociation.com or .org, excuse me.
.org.
Yep.
.org. Mm-hmm. And Brian, how are you doing, Brian?
Pretty good. It's a nice
good.
Wednesday. It's still hot in North Dakota, but it's whatever. As long as we don't have snow, I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, you need rain. And Tom, how are you, Tom?
I have a belly full of rib meat. I am good.
Where's ours? Remember when you were a kid? You share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. If you're going to come on the show,
he skirted the rule, right?
Yeah.
He skirted the age-old rule that, if you bring some to class, you have to make sure you bring enough for everyone. He didn't bring the ribs to the show. So he found a loophole in the process.
He found a loophole. I remember in class, we remember, Tim remembers me and Tim, but the strip gum, I remember having to rip that into little pieces to share with everyone.
Now, is that back when you guys had to take a hammer and chisel to take notes?
Yes, yeah. I had my chisel and that mallet and a piece of stone.
Yeah. I remember I had the Texas Instruments T83 Abacus.
I had the TS80. Yeah.
Or was it the TS80 Abacus?
Yeah. Tick, tick, tick.
Okay.
How are you doing, Tim? How are you doing tonight, Tim?
I'm doing well, sir. I have my coffee in hand, vapes, and I'm here with the boys for the Wednesday night show.
Yep.
Can't get any better than that.
That's right. And tonight's show is a special show, guys. We're going to have a giveaway, of course, and we're going to let you guys know the details of the giveaway and how it's going to work. And we'll do that all today. And we're going to give everybody a chance to get in on this giveaway. So we're going to let the giveaway run from Wednesday to Wednesday's next show. We'll have the rest of the details will be you'll have to have your screenshot of your donation to CASAA by 5:00 Wednesday, July 29th, 2020, and that is Pacific Coast time. We're going to check everybody's emails to make sure you have your screenshot of your donation to CASAA before you're even entered in the giveaway. So don't be sneaky. Don't be tricky. This is important, guys. This is no time to find loopholes and tricks to get by and be hashtag team free shit, because that's not what this is about. This is about helping an organization that needs our help, that busts their ass. You guys heard them last week with the stuff that they go through. It's such a small group of people that are doing so much for this community. And like they said before, this is only the second time they've ever asked for money. So this is important. So please donate, guys. Follow the rules.
$2 they're asking for.
Yeah,
$2.
Yeah. So guys, please, this isn't the time to be sneaky or tricky or whatever you want to use, whatever word you want to use for it. Be honest. Screenshot it. Follow the rules to this giveaway. You'll be entered. There's a lot of great prizes in this giveaway. Anybody got the prize list in front of them there? I had it. We can go.
I don't. I didn't come prepared.
I got it somewhere. All right. There's a brand new dot mod box, 75 watt with a dot mod RDA. Let me see if I got that.
I don't even have one of those. I'm jealous.
I'm jealous
Well-
too. I don't have one.
Well, I don't have one either, but enter
This
the
is-
giveaway. Maybe you can win it.
This is my personal stuff, guys, that I'm giving. Never used, only been used for pictures because I didn't want to screw it up. Come on, camera, focus. So it's a match. It's matchy too, guys. Matchy. You can't get any better than that. Matchy.
And that's the only dot mod RDA I don't have.
Maybe I can fix that for you. Also, we have a $25 gift card donated by our man Tom there, Tom Harding. Give him a hand. Woo! And let's see here. We have 3, not 1, 3 11 boxes donated by Zample Box. So
12 bottle.
a 12 bottle now. I'm sorry. That's right. It's 12 bottles. So we're going to give 3 of those boxes away. The BLITZEN RTA and a 60 ml bottle of e-juice. The Dead Rabbit V2 and a 60 ml bottle of juice. And then 420 ml bottles of ELIQUID. And then the last giveaway is donated from Matthew Elliott and Shannon Phoenix. And they're giving away, let's see, what is that? The winner's choice of fire or ice from the Phoenix Elixir or Celtic Elixir line. So that great prizes, guys, that we have set up for this giveaway, and hopefully we can generate some money back to CASAA. That's the most important thing, guys, is helping them out as best as we can. And also, I want to stress that even though we have this giveaway, they also are, I guess they're set up to do monthly donations or kind of like
you're able to go on there and then make it actually a monthly donation. So if you want to do $2 a month, that'd be $24 a year, which really isn't that much.
Yeah.
And if everyone did that, that would be huge in their book.
Yeah.
How many members do they have?
250,000.
Yeah.
200 and what?
250,000.
Okay, yeah, that's a ton of cash, man.
So that's a great amount of money. Keep them operating and running. I mean, it's a lot of work. You heard? I forgot his name. Alex, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. You know what they go through and how hard it is to keep up with every single state. I mean, for them to know what's going on in every state it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. The calls to action, and like we stressed before, they do not spam you guys, dude. So there's the links down there, dude. Join CASAA, guys. It's simple. It's free. It's free. It's free.
That's what I was just going to say. No charge. That's what we set our Iowa Vape Association up. We modeled it after CASAA. I mean, that's how big they are and how great they are.
Yeah, I mean, and it's free. You'll get call to actions are only designated to your area, your state, or unless it's a national one. So, like the one with the USPS is a national one, of course. So, you're going to get the typical letter. I think the email comes on Sunday.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday you'll get an email from them every Sunday. Pretty much every Sunday you'll get an email from them, and it's just pretty much a breakdown of what's going on, and then you won't get another email from them again for a week unless of course there's a call to action, and that's another thing, guys. If you get those emails from CASAA, please open them, guys.
Yeah,
I mean, those numbers that he gave us was just outrageous. I mean, if you are going to get their emails, why not open them? They know you're not opening them because you're not linking back to the page. So they know that number is really small. What was it? 15%?
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, that's low, guys. I mean, open those emails, read them, click the links, get you back over to CASAA, read what's going on, pay attention, guys, pay attention. Cause we don't want to hear the typical guy say, well, I didn't even know that was going on in my state. Well, it was right there. It was right there in your email. So,
well, I mean, even with keeping up with states and all that stuff, even Donald knows, being part of Iowa Vape Association, that keeping up with all the legislation, all that stuff, just from one state takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
And they do it for all 50.
Yeah. Brian, what was her name?
Kristen.
Kristen.
Kristen, yeah, I mean, she said a great thing, and CASAA is us, guys. That's what CASAA is. It's us, and it's us doing our job. So, if you see something going on in your city, your state, let CASAA know what's going on. I mean, these calls of action are only work when, the smaller ones are only going to work if somebody in that area took the time to get to CASAA and let them know what's going on. So pay attention to what's going on, even in your city, guys. Pay attention to what's going on in your city. And keep in mind, if you see something in your city that says smoking, remember, guys, that means vaping. So if you see a bill or something that your city council is trying to pass or go through and you see the word smoking, that's going to include vaping, guys. So pay attention to those, because sometimes that's how they get through. They could kind of trick us. I mean, am I right, Don? It's kind of their way. They're kind of their way of tricking the vapors not to pay it. Oh, that's smoking. That's not us, because that's what we've said for so many years. I mean,
and a lot of this stuff's been you see Florida's been dragging along with that SB 810 or whatever it is. That's been dragging along. But I've noticed here in Iowa that we haven't had too many issues. A lot of that's due to IFAST, which is another organization that's been around a long time in Iowa. They do a great job with the lobbyists, but they try to throw stuff in real quick, like last minute, so you don't get to see it. And I know a lot of states have been showing that recently, that it's been tossed in there at the last second. I think Amanda was dealing with something in Colorado here just a couple of weeks ago, where it just got thrown in and nobody knew about it until the very, very end.
They love to sneak stuff in, and they love to hide stuff in the back of the pages of a bill, way in the back of the pages of this, and hide it. And like we always talk about that Florida bill with the offshore drilling and adding vaping in the back pages of that bill. I mean, if someone wouldn't have took the time to read that bill, because the bill's basically about offshore drilling.
Yeah.
Why would vaping be even in that bill? So yeah, they're sneaky sons of bitches, man. Sneaky. I guess. Well, most of them, I'm not going to say, because we may have some lawyers watching, but a lot of these guys are lawyers. Oh man.
So that's a question for Don. So Don said your model is very similar or taken after CASAA, but is your vape association only demographical, meaning it's only unique to Iowa?
Yes, we try to stick with Iowa, but like with the rally that's going to be going on September 5th, we are pushing towards that. We're trying to get information out to people on that. But yeah, everything that happens for us is in Iowa. We try to focus on that. Unless it's a national that's going to affect everybody, including us, then we jump on that as well.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome. And that's great. I mean, I know you guys, I really hear very little stuff going on in your state. So you guys are doing something right.
Again, Mike Triplett up there at IFAST, he's right on it. A lot of the IFAST members, most of the shops are around Des Moines, which is the big hub and where the state capital's at and everything. So they've been taking legislatures and taking them out to their shops and warehouses and showing them what it's like, being very proactive. The reason I started, I mean, IFAST has been great, but the reason that I wanted to start Iowa Vape Association with some other people is because we wanted to get consumers involved. IFAST has their hands full. We wanted to pick up the slack with the other stuff, let consumers know. We're trying to build our base, just like CASAA, where it's not a membership to join us. Or you don't have to pay to join us to get information. Keep the public up to date on everything that's going on. And we're doing a push here next month. And I actually started locally here so I could kind of get my feet wet. We're going to public health officials, public health departments, and talking to them. I've actually, when I got done with the one in our county, they wanted me to go to the health board and talk to them. It's the same arguments that we hear. And I told him, it said it's been a one-sided discussion for way too long. You've got all these paves and tobacco-free kids that are pushing their agenda, and we have not had an extremely loud voice. Yeah. And the policies are being made in the public health department. So if we can get out to them and get them the knowledge that they need to make educated decisions. He was telling me about popcorn lung. And
Yeah.
I thought we were done with that.
Still.
Yeah, and I explained, the difference between that and a cigarette, and nobody's ever gotten popcorn lung from a cigarette. I mean, when we got done talking, he was genuinely impressed with getting some different knowledge that he's never heard before, and he wanted me to join this or go on this board. Every county here in Iowa has a 5-member board, and they meet once every month and a half, 2 months. I'm going to be in that board meeting. It takes time, it takes energy to go out and do this stuff, but it needs to be done, and that's what we're going to try to do. I can't hit all 99 counties this month. This month, I'm going to try to go around and hit some other shops, let them take care of their areas, give them the packets to go in and talk, give them the information that they need to go in to talk to their areas, their public health departments, and then as a group, we can take this on. And when we got the public health on our side, who's the politicians going to go to when they say, this is what we need, and the public health says, no,
that's a great idea too, because that's what it ends up becoming. Because if you guys have noticed, a lot of these bills that get passed, or like Cuomo did, he got that bill passed, and then he had the health board meeting, and basically those guys are already kissing his ass. So, but if you got those guys on your side already.
Now here's another point with hitting the public health department. You've got your news media. I know a lot of people, since we're in a local area. I know a lot of the people that write papers, stories on, whatever radio or TV or whatever goes around down here. I know those people. When they came out with a volley last year, I went crazy on them. I was upset that they were posting that they knew me, they knew my product, they knew what we were doing, and they were saying the exact opposite. They were saying that we were killing people, killing kids or whatever. And that upset me. So I went and talked to them. The reason why they did it was because they were told to, as a public service announcement by the public health department.
And their hands are tied.
So if we can get that's media and politicians. If we can get the public health on our side, we can take care of that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can get it up here. Screen share. Boom, 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 boom. The big one. Well, this is the big one right now, guys. It's the U.S. Keep vape mail legal. What is it? S1253. I'm not the right one, right, guys? Yeah, I am. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
Okay, does it have an offset House bill number?
Yeah, I think it does here.
This gave me a split personality problem.
1, 2, 53.
Protect your vape. That's the one. Everybody needs to jump on that and go to CASAA's page and go to the Action Center and find that one. And make sure you guys hit that little thing here on the right-hand side and get that done, guys, because that's important. And I'm also going to put this number down because we actually need to hammer him. Let me see here. All right, let me take the CASAA one down. And then let me get rid of that real quick. But hey, let's blow up that switchboard again, guys, because we need to let Trump know that does not need to pass if it gets to his desk. I'm assuming it's going to get to his desk, but we're not sure. We're not sure. We're not sure which way he's going to go yet. He's still kind of flipping floppy. But
I looked it up. It's still in the same state that it was in on the 6th of July.
Yeah.
Which is held at the desk. So they haven't voted yet, but it could come at any minute.
Aren't they taking a recess here soon, though, too? I heard.
Who knows? Yeah, I had heard that they were taking a 2-week break and that we had time in between up until the 20th to really kind of make some moves on that call to action and really push home our message. But now it's the 22nd, and I don't know. I got to imagine, this is going to be some sneaky little thing. It's not like we have a specific deadline. Everyone thinks that everyone's priority is COVID and all that other stuff. Just remember, these are politicians, and they have agendas.
Yeah. So, Sherry says yes, they'll be on break all of August. Of August. Yeah.
Okay, well that means we still have 8 or 9 days to get out of this month. So they could pass their vote, at the the 11th hour And then, we're looking at whether or not, Trump is going to veto it, and whether or not it's disguised or hidden inside something else. They could amend it and hide it in something else and make it really hard for him not to say no.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, you're talking about the COVID, that everybody thinks that that's what's going on. When COVID first came out, they were doing the flavor tobacco ban.
Exactly.
That's what their focus was.
And there's a lot of BS on the internet right now with all the ants and the anti-vaping advocates that are out there, trying to lay claims to the fact that somehow vaping, increases your chance for getting COVID. So, there's no proof behind that. There's nothing to state that that's factual. But these politicians, they don't vape. They don't understand the technology. They don't know what's going on. Again, they have other agendas and hidden things associated with that. So that they're not going to care unless they hear you say, "I care, we care. Listen to what we're telling you." So
and that's why you call that number, guys. I like to call the switchboard. Let me get this out, Tom, real quick.
Yep.
Because the first number is pretty much an answering machine. So you're not going to talk to anybody. If you call the switchboard, you're actually going to get an operator. She's going to ask you supposedly she's writing it down. I don't know. I don't know how it all works down. But when that switchboard operator answers, she has to listen to you. So it gives you an opportunity to kind of get your message out to a human being, I guess. And she kind of had to write key points from your conversation. So, I mean, either number is fine, guys. I mean, if you want to call that first number, like I said, I think the first number, every time I've called that first number, it's been a machine. I don't know if you guys have gotten in that same situation as if you guys have ever called these two numbers, but the first number usually is a machine. The second number is the switchboard operator. And so they send you to somebody that's going to actually kind of listen to you. She's going to ask you what your statement's about, where, so it puts you in the right place, I guess, pretty much. So we need to hammer that numbers, both of those numbers. If you want to call both, call them every day. Call them every day.
Yeah, if you're on quarantine and laid off because of it, you got nothing but time. I mean, blow up the phone.
Everybody's got free calling now. Pretty much.
I have to disagree with something Tim said.
Uh-oh.
They know the technology. Yes, they understand it. They just don't care because they're getting more money from big tobacco and other people than they are from vaping.
Well, okay, yeah. So, I mean, I'll agree with you. I mean, maybe I was being a little bit more blanket about it, but I was, I guess, more referring to the idea that a lot of this comes with the idea that besides the kids and the teens, the kids, a lot of it had to do with all the BS that was going on with all the sicknesses and deaths. Yeah. And that was a conflation of technology.
I think there's still some that don't really understand everything, especially if you're talking about a difference between Juul and the regular vape mod. I think
something like this.
Yeah. I'm a farm guy. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Never thought I'd be to DC. I've been to DC 3 times within the last year. Talked to legislature every time I went out there for Iowa, Missouri. We hit Illinois real quick because that's not very fun. But I mean, we've gone in, we've brought in mods, we brought in Juuls, we've showed them everything. And from my feeling, I mean, they are getting educated, but it's being forced upon them by people like us that actually put feet on the ground in front of them. So.
Right. Yeah, and Madison, I believe his stance on vaping is he is against it. Like everybody else has been saying in chat.
Yes, exactly like Ellie said. Keep it brief and make the point that we vape, we vote. Exactly.
He also would like an invite in, John.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, Matthew. Matthew. Hey, that's my first mistake of the night, guys. Only one so far.
No, because you pronounced Celtic. That sounded.
I said Celtic, didn't I?
You said Celtic.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, 2 errors. Whatever.
Hey, 2 in less than a half hour. That's pretty good.
I pay attention.
I hiked 6 miles today, guys, in the heat, so I get a break. But I took a 3-hour nap.
Good on you.
Well, I mean, when you do get that old, you do need a nap. So
I need
Right.
naps, man. I don't care. I think after you get 50, you deserve naps in the middle of the afternoon. That's what I'm saying.
What's
Did they
going
just
on,
have-
gentlemen?
So, buddy,
How's it going?
Dude. Yeah, I mean,
you met Donald before? I don't think you guys have met before.
Talking to
Donald.
me? Yeah,
Donald?
I got
Nah.
a picture with him.
Oh,
Out at the rally. Yep.
Ooh.
He's a superstar.
Far from it. So I don't have a lot of time. I'm doing like 5 meetings in 3 days. But I wanted to first off say thank you for doing this drive for the donations to CASAA. I hope everybody who is watching has donated. If you haven't, definitely do it, not just for the prizes, but because CASAA is our representation. And when I say our representation, I mean consumers, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you own a large e-liquid manufacturing company, if you own a mod manufacturing company, whatever, you're still a consumer because you still buy these products. You still buy these products so you don't smoke cigarettes. So everyone, please be a member of CASAA and please donate, even if it's, $10, $20, even $2 if you can. CASAA has not done a fundraising like this for a while, so they definitely need the help. And absolutely, when you call the White House,
Am I right about the 2 numbers? I think the first one is the message board. It's like a machine, isn't it?
I call one. If I get a machine, I call the other.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I actually refuse to stop until I actually speak to someone.
Yeah.
So the person who answers the phone, they're going to ask you what your comment would like to be. You need to make it very clear that Trump needs to veto S1253, I believe it is.
that is correct.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I look at my keyboard to make sure I'm like boom, boom, boom. Okay. S1253. It is a standalone bill.
Mhm.
So for those of you that don't know what that means, it means that's all it is. In that bill is the banning of shipping vape products through USPS. We need him to veto it. He can't just ignore it. It has to be vetoed.
And if you're a shop owner like me that doesn't do shipping, you got to kind of step back away from that and look at this as an advocacy part.
Mhm.
This is something to keep vaping to everybody, not just your little group that's around your store. So I know it would help stores out if it didn't happen. But
Actually, no, because how are you getting your products to sell?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like today, for instance, we had a customer that we spent about 30 minutes with 2 employees trying to find a juice that she had somewhere else. Finally found it. She didn't want to buy it from us. She said, I'll just go ahead and buy it online. Thanks for your time. So that kind of stuff, I can see where it would be a little bit different. But you really got to step back because there's a lot of people that don't have vape shops around you. And it's not about just you as a vape shop owner. It is about the community as a whole.
But the point I'm making, though, is this stops all vapor products from being shipped. How are shops getting their inventory?
I don't. I would think it'd be along the same lines as cigarettes because cigarettes can't be shipped yet. They're being
magically appearing in shops.
I think it'd be about the same way manufacturer point to bring.
But think about that way. How many companies are going to go? Oh, I'm not risking getting shut down by shipping this product. So this doesn't just affect the end user. This affects the entire industry. I mean, I did a little thing on my page where I asked how much money do each companies, spend with USPS. I was over probably 2 million within 10 comments.
Yeah.
And USPS is already this close to being shut down because they don't have funding. We're talking multi-billion dollars probably a year is going to just go away.
Yeah, you just take Example Box, for instance. So you're talking about 350,000 subscribers. And all these packages are being shipped by USPS.
What does Example Box use? They use the small
US
flat rate.
Yeah, I believe they use flat rate.
Okay, so small flat rate, you're looking at $7.50, $8, depending on where it is. So multiply that by 350,000.
Our stat guy Brian is on it.
Yeah.
well, last time I looked, the United States Postal Service, they haven't made any profits since 2006.
We're in 2020.
Yeah.
So they've actually been losing money every single year, and this will even put even more of a dent in there.
So that's why this is so important.
Yeah.
2 things to take away from this right now. CASAA, donate, because that's what this waffle's for.
Mm-hmm.
Call the White House. Tell him to veto S1253, that you vape, you vote. Now, speaking of you vape, you vote, obviously everybody has already seen the news.
Yes.
The ellipse, Southwest Quadrant, September 5th. That is a Saturday. That is Labor Day weekend. In Washington, D.C., United Vapors Alliance will once again host a rally demanding that the president saves vaping. Now, I understand we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, so everyone's all freaked out about everything. We will have face masks and hand sanitizer, and we are asking a 6 feet distance from each other. If you can make it, make it. If you can't make it, share it. Post that everywhere.
Mm-hmm. You got Twitter, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook, you've got any social media you've got. Use it. Share it.
And I'm going to go ahead and I hopefully most of you guys are on that page already, but I will put a link to the United Vapors Alliance Facebook group page and the website. Correct? Website.
Yes.
The website. I'll post that now here, and I will also post that on YouTube. Look at me multitasking today, man.
Yeah, besides just leaving me in the dark for 20 minutes. That's okay.
It was the hike. It was the hike, Matthew. It was my hike today. It was hot.
Oh, it was hot. I feel the heat. Trust me. We were around probably 90-something degrees out here, and like an idiot, I was like, oh, it's so hot. Let me roll down my windows in my car and go inside for a little bit. And now it's torrential downpouring, and the whole inside of my car is soaked.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was in Buffalo a couple of years ago, and my uncle's pool in the backyard, and this is in August, I'm laying there. It's a beautiful day. It's like 90-something degrees. I'm laying out. I'm taking in the sun, and I close my eyes, and like 10 minutes later, I feel like 2 drops on me. I'm like, oh, maybe somebody jumped in the pool. And then all of a sudden, just downpour. I'm like, what the hell's this shit, dude? I mean, it was just beautiful. And then all of a sudden, just this huge cloud. And it seemed like this cloud was just over Buffalo. That's it. And it just moved along.
Madison brought up a couple good points.
Hit
don't
us.
be afraid. Don't be afraid to fly on planes.
Yeah.
They're safe in this pandemic. They're not that one, but that one too.
Okay.
You can put that one back up because that was the second one.
Okay.
Got him back.
We need to tag him, not hashtag him.
Yes.
At Real Donald Trump at PO.
Oh, I have that. I have that one too.
Also, tag Brad Parscale. He is Trump's campaign manager.
Not anymore.
He's still involved.
Yeah,
no, he's doing like the media side of it, or apparently,
and that's Trump's Twitter account right there, guys. Hammer him on anything. It doesn't matter whatever his tweet is. Work vaping into it. I don't care. Just work it in there.
Reply back. We vape. We vote.
That's it. I don't care what his tweet is about. I don't care if his tweet is
Let it. We need hashtag We Vape We Vote to be trending. We have done it before.
Yeah, the media called us a bunch of bots the last time.
Yeah.
Good. Let them.
Let
them think we are bots, because we are going to come back even stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, The last time you guys had a rally and everybody in the industry that was pushing for it and helping promote it and everything, that was on a short notice. We've got more of a notice now.
Yeah.
We can make a bigger noise.
Yeah, we already have Airbnbs being booked. We already have hotels being booked. We already have people getting flight tickets. Look, here's the deal. If it comes down to a shit show and they cancel it, if NPS cancels it for fear or whatever reason, guess what? We are all still going to be there, and we are going to make a movement happen.
Yep.
480,000 people a year die from combustible tobacco. Nobody talks about it. It is socially accepted. It is expected, even.
Yep.
It is time. Enough is enough.
Yep.
I'm not going to go into the whole fucking vapors lives matter because fuck all that shit.
Right.
Here's the reality. If we don't care about 480,000 people a year dying from combustible tobacco, you shouldn't care about shit then. But I have to bounce because I do have another meeting.
No problem, Matthew. You know.
If I'm done with the meeting, I will try to hop back in. But I want to.
I promise I won't make you wait 20 minutes.
Well, I already have the link right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to thank you again for doing this. Please, everybody, get in on this waffle. On behalf of Phoenix and Celtic Elixirs,
yes, thank you for your donation,
for doing this. Winner gets the line of fire or the line of ice or, excuse me, the line of Celtic Elixirs.
Yeah.
That is from me and Lane Shannon to you guys.
It's awesome.
Raise some money for CASAA and
we're gonna push this all week, guys. So it's gonna go Wednesday to Wednesday. So it's gonna we figured, you might not have money today. You get your check on Friday. So we're letting this run for the week. So giving you guys all an opportunity to get in on the giveaway and help CASAA. So that's the most important thing. Team free stuff is whatever, but this is about helping CASAA and helping them stay afloat, guys, helping them do what they do for us every single day.
Yes.
So
and if you have any questions, reach out to me. You can message me on Facebook, message me on Twitter, email me if you need to, grimeliatini@gmail.com. I'm not giving you my phone number, but any questions at all, reach out to me. Guys, thank you for doing this for CASAA, and everyone have a wonderful night. I will talk to you guys later.
All right, Matthew, we'll talk to you soon.
See you, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
Everybody joined the website too as well, guys. The Facebook group page for United Vapors Alliance. The link is in there. It's a great way to keep see what's going on and make sure there's not some changes for the rally places, or it's all going to be right there, and also on their website as well.
The last time they had the rally, it was a great place to find out if you could get a ride share too. So,
well, the one thing with CASAA is like you are important to them as they are as important to you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they care about you. They care about your story. They care about how you started. They care about everything that has helped you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like Donald, I don't know your backstory. I know we've all shared of ours quite a few times already.
Yeah, we got to hear yours.
I knew nothing about vaping when we started the vape store. I was into cigars. You can see behind me here. Business partner went to vape and from cigarettes since he was 18. We're both 44 now. But 5 years ago, we opened up the shop because he wanted to. I didn't have anything to do, so I said, sure. I pretty much ran it. And I chewed since I couldn't smoke. I could never take a cigarette into my mouth, into my lungs. So I ended up chewing while he started smoking. And about, I'd say 6 months into when we opened up, temperature control came out. And I was actually able to take a vape in. About a week later, I quit chewing, which was great because gum line and all from 20 some years of chewing. But I feel better taking something into my lungs than having a dip in my lip. That sold me. And then customer after customer, 60, 70, 80-year-old people coming in, been vaping before we even opened up, having to order online and telling me their stories. We have a 78-year-old woman that said that about a year after she started vaping, she could sing again. She was never able to sing while she was smoking because she'd cough too much. She loved to sing, and it was one of the things she missed the most, thought she'd never be able to do it again. She can now because she vapes. I'm behind it 100,000%, if that's even a thing, just because of that, because of lungs that have never had smoke in them, being able to vape, feeling better from that. You can't tell me anything different about this. I'm going to fight for this till the end. So.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's what blows me away. And we talked about it on the show, and it's just like, I find it so hard that we still, some of us still have family members that don't believe in what we're doing, but yet they see the changes in us, and it still doesn't register. It's like, it's still to them, we're doing something that's going to kill us, you know? And it's just like, you see that I my skin looks better. I don't stink, you know, I got color in my hands, you know, I don't have the yellowish. Remember the yellow on your on your fingers from fucking holding the cigarette, and you know, you're breathing better. You're not walking from the couch to the refrigerator going you know,
or that
and
same
now
thing
I
from
can do
tying
that.
your shoes.
I can do that now. I can go and not pass out. It's the truth. Yeah, I can actually blow up a balloon, guys. Now I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that like 10 years ago. I literally could not. My kids would laugh. They're like, "Here, blow this up, Dad," and I'm like, "Fuck you! I can't do it. You know I can't do it. I just there's no way." But it blows me away. Those people should be the first ones that see the change in us, you know. And we're and like most of us, we've tried the gums, we tried the patches, we tried all that stuff, and they still remember we were assholes. Remember, even though we were still using the patch and we were still getting the nicotine, we were still assholes because we weren't smoking. You know, I still was a jerk. You know, I would snap like that. And now, I mean, even today, I mean, down to 3 milligrams, I can go to 0 if I wanted to, but I'm not that on the edge.
Oh, I used to have a dip in my lip. If I was eating or sleeping, it was the only time I didn't have a dip in my lip.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in there every waking moment. Yeah. And now, I mean, I'll go work out in the barn or something and set my vape down, and I'm busy. It'd be an hour, 2 hours before I take a hit.
Yeah, I was just going to say that same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even catch myself. I'll be like, man, I haven't touched my vape in like an hour and a half. Like when I was a smoker, it was like I was running out the back door. Yeah, just needing a smoke, or you'd go out and hang out with friends or whatever, and it's like you just constantly had to break away.
How many of us actually got up from a movie and walked outside to have a cigarette?
I never did that.
Never did
that.
I did.
I've done it a couple times, man. Are you seriously? You're going to get up right now? It's like, dude, I need a cigarette, man.
Yep.
I don't care. Stop making movies 2 hours long. That's all I got to tell you. Make them hour.
Well, I think the kicker, the one that was probably the most strenuous, was having to travel a lot for work or something, or being on a plane. And you're like, oh my God, you know, like the moment you got off the plane, you were looking for the front door.
You were running to that front door to get out and have a cigarette.
And then you'd get this massive head rush and all that other stuff. And I was like, I'm just so glad that part of my life is just behind me.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one thing I noticed, even like on my long car trips, you know, I'm not hitting my vape like I was with my cigarette. You know, before I worked 30, it was a 28-minute drive to my work from my house, and I would literally have 3.5 cigarettes in that time frame. 28 miles, I would smoke 3.5 cigarettes, and now I can drive from here to the city and never touch my vape. I mean, I'm fine as long as somebody doesn't cut me off. Somebody cuts me off, or makes a lane change without a signal, or gets in front of me and leaves their turning signal on. That kind of, I don't know why that triggers me, but that triggers me.
See with me, like when I would switch from smoking to vaping, I was actually in a softball league. and I was just getting out of smoking when I joined in the softball league. And what they decided to do, they want to put me in outfield. I'm like, sure, put the ex-smoker in softball in the very end outfield and have him run everywhere. Like, that's just a smart choice. So I was like, well, this isn't going to end well. So I started vaping, and I noticed like I would run from one side and a little bit, and I just get winded. And towards the end of the season, I was running all the way across the whole end of the outfield without getting winded, without anything. Like, I was just running back and forth and no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then that's the minute I knew that, like, this is far better for myself than I even know about.
Yeah. I remember playing on the company softball team in the outfield and smoking out there. Seriously, we'd had a bunch of guys. What are you guys doing? Smoking a cigarette, man. You're gonna hit the ball to us. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Does anybody else feel weird when you walk into a convenience store now and you go up to the counter to buy your soda or whatever, your beer, whatever you're buying, and you're just looking at that wall of cigarettes behind them, and it just how surreal and odd that feels to know that you were at one time buying that, and then you see it and you're like, God, it's almost creepy. It's really creepy. It's almost like you're looking at like a wall of death.
Yeah. And then it hits you when you scroll down and you see the price and you remember how much you used to pay. It's like,
oh, well, yeah. I mean,
like an X.
yeah, that's changed for everybody over time. I don't know. I just had that sort of epiphanal moment not that long ago when I was traveling with my friends, and we had to run in. We had to make a pit stop when I ran in, and it was just like the realization hit me, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy I don't buy that crap anymore. And then all the memories come back, and you're like, remember what it smelled like. I mean, I'm not knocking smokers, because a lot of us came from that environment. So I mean, it's not to say anything bad about people who still smoke. You want everyone to vape, but it's just your own personal success. It's like
it's that ritual. I mean, smoking's a ritual. I mean, to a lot of people, it's just and it's not until I find it hard to believe that when we were smoking, we didn't see our pattern. Did you guys notice that? You didn't see your pattern, that, you woke up, you lit that cigarette, you went out to the kitchen, you grabbed that pack of cigarettes, you started the coffee maker, you went out, you smoked that first cigarette, you came back in, you got your cup of coffee, you smoked that second cigarette, and you just had these patterns, and you didn't even notice until you quit. Yeah. And I didn't notice until I quit. I was just like, wow, I started thinking, I was like, I have like 3-4 cigarettes before I leave the house in the morning. I'm smoking another 4 going to work, and then before, and the company that I worked for a long time, we weren't allowed to smoke in the trucks. Well, we were fuel trucks. So, we 8,000 gallons of gasoline, but
for some reason, flame and gas, just probably not a good idea.
Well, we were always allowed to smoke in the truck. We were allowed to smoke in the cab, but if you got outside the cab, you had to be 25 feet from the truck. Yeah. But when they stopped that, I saw my pattern change. It's like, okay, by the time I punched in, got my paperwork together to get into the truck, I go have another cigarette, because I knew I wasn't going to have, that cigarette in the cab of the truck for the next 30 miles to my first stop. It was just, it's ridiculous how we didn't pick up on that when we were smokers. We just, like Tim said,
you do. Sometimes you have it planned out in your head. Like, exactly how many you're going to have or how many you have time for, like going for a flight. You're like, I can't go in the damn airport until I have at least 1 or 2 out front. And normally you would never hotbox that many back to back, but you did it anyway, because you were like trying to overlook. I was thinking about what you just said, John. And it was like, you woke up in the morning and that was the first thing you did was like, go have a cigarette. It brings me back to those travel days again. And I remember waking up in hotels and hating the fact I was mad. I was like on the 7th floor and I had to be up at like 6:30 in the morning, and you're like throwing on whatever you could find just so you could get down to the front of the hotel just to smoke and then go back upstairs. I hated all that. Oh my God.
How bad was I fly from San Francisco to New York, no cigarette, can't have a cigarette in the airport.
Right.
get back on the plane in New York, fly New York to Amsterdam, right? I have exactly an hour and 10 minutes to my next flight. And I go up to the counter. I said, I want to go outside to have a cigarette. And she goes, you really want to check out and have to go back through the checkpoint and do all this stuff to get back on this flight for a cigarette? I said, yeah. Yeah.
Where was this though? Like what airline? Where?
It was Amsterdam. It was in Amsterdam.
But if you're on an international flight, they usually have those little smoking closets inside the airport and places like that.
Yeah, it was horrible. So I actually checked out to go out there. And that was the first time. The second time I went back, they had the cafes. Second time I went to Amsterdam, flew to Italy. We stopped in Amsterdam, and I was able to smoke in the cafes. But that first time we landed there, I didn't get to smoke in there. Couldn't smoke.
They're changing a lot of that now, but they got these miserable smoking closets in those in Schiphol and in in the Netherlands, the Schiphol airport.
Yeah.
You go in and it's like, it's like, you're like on one of the Star Trek, you're like on the USS Enterprise, and the door's like, and it opens and you go in and there's like 75 people all crammed into this little room. And it's like, even as a smoker at that point, you're like, how am I even enduring this right now? It's like, I
felt bad for the people that I had to sit next to in the airplane for the next 4 hours.
They can smell you.
They can smell you after you left that room. Fuck yeah.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know when I smoked, I think the most I ever went through in a short time frame, I went through 2 cartons of smokes in like a weekend. And
where was this?
Like, this is me. I went to like this big outdoor concert. Yeah. And I was outdoors all the time, drinking, having beer. Mm-hmm. And I brought 2 cartons with me and thought that's going to be plenty of enough from like a Thursday to a Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I ran out on Saturday and I had to go and buy like 4 more packs just to last me until Sunday.
Yeah,
you don't realize how like your body's ingrained into like, I got like 5 minutes, I got like 10 minutes. Yeah. Like, okay, well, I'm sitting here, everyone else having a cigarette, so I'm gonna have one too. And you watch yourself and you learn your patterns. Like some works have 15-minute breaks and you have to go outside. Well, I got enough to go out there, and then when I have like 2 cigarettes,
7 minutes, 7-minute cigarette. I had it timed.
Then when I switched to vaping, I noticed I was actually out there for far more than 15 minutes. I was actually out there probably like a half hour, because you're used to the whole, like, I put one out and I light another one and then put that one out. And then I know my break's over then. Yeah. But I was watching people come in and out, and I'm like, I'm with a whole different crowd now. Yeah. I'm like, I should probably go inside, because you're not thinking about it. It's not registering. Like when you first quit from smoking to vaping, you don't realize that's where the switches are.
Right.
Right.
Well, let's talk about how we are going to do the giveaway. Who wants to do that?
Well,
Brian?
Sure. So we have a multitude of prizes, as he said earlier. Not really prizes; they're more of registration. And every time you make a donation, when you make a donation to CASAA and you screenshot it and send it to us, show us, and then we can input your name into the drawing for everything. And so how that's going to be is that's going to be the whole group.
You have the email address. We're going to give that now, or
Yep, we can do that. That would be WED, so like Wednesday, short for Wednesday, nightliveshow@gmail.com. So
do you have a banner for it there, Mr. John?
I'm making one actually.
It'd be WED, short for Wednesday, nightliveshow@gmail.com. Just send it to there. We'll make sure your name gets entered in there. And we have 4 different prizes, as you went over earlier, right?
I think it's more than 4.
5?
We have lots of prizes. So
yeah.
We have. The 3 boxes are separate. So there will be 3 sample boxes. I'm doing it the proper way.
Read between the lines, John.
I used to do it this way, and they said that's wrong. So now I always do the 3 this way. I don't know, man.
So what else?
Yeah.
So we have the dot mod, right? So
Yes.
that's 4.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
All right, keep going. And we have the juice line.
Yes. All right, I'll go through them. We have the dot mod, 75 watt box mod with the dot RDA 24 millimeter in green. The $25 gift card donated by Tom Harding. 3 Zample boxes, 12 bottle boxes donated by Zample Box. Blitzer RTA 60 ml bottle of e-juice. The Dead Rabbit V2 60 ml bottle of e-liquid as well. 420 ml bottles of e-liquid, and winner's choice of the Fire and Ice from Phoenix Elixir and Celtic Elixir. Celtic. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it. I saw it. Celtic, and that's donated from Matthew Elliott and Shannon.
Right. That was either fire or ice. And then,
Ice.
well, he
And
said
then he-
something about the whole line.
Yeah, it's the
Or
whole line.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Or
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Okay. So it's basically one prize, winner's
Your-
choice.
Your choice of those 3 products.
Those
All
3
right.
lines.
Great. And forgive me if I forgot this one part, Brian. Was there not a tier for one of those prizes?
No, we're going to go ahead. Everything is in one thing.
Okay.
We
All right.
thought
we're
about
gonna-
it. We said
we
we
thought
want to
about
make this easy for everybody.
Make it
And
easy
we
for
tried to
everybody.
make that. And
You should have been at the pre-show meeting.
yep. So, yeah. So
I'm 52, Tom. I was napping.
Yep. So dot mod.
I
75
was
watt.
napping.
Yeah. So dot mod 75 watt and dot mod RDA. $25 gift card. 3 Zelm boxes. 11 bottle box donated. 12 bottle box. That should be corrected. BLITZEN RDA. 60 ml bottle liquid. Dead Rabbit. 60 ml bottle liquid. 420 mils. And then you got the winner's choice of Fire or Ice line from Phoenix Elixirs or
Is that 10?
Celtic Elixirs, donated by Matthew. I don't
So
know.
10?
You didn't have your fingers up.
I counted as John ratted them off, so I got to 10. I got to 10 different prizes.
Yep.
10 is the number.
That's also
2 hands. That's 2 hands.
and I'm pretty sure that might not be all the list too. There, I'm pretty sure that other people might decide to help out too. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Right.
Right. So things could be in flux and changing all the time.
Yep.
With the $25 gift card that I'm doing, that is for anything vape related.
Is that correct, guys? Wednesday night live show at gmail.com. Screenshot your donations to CASAA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks accurate. Did you spell it right?
And again, I'm going to stress this, guys. Please, no loopholes, no tricking, no trickery, no bullshit.
Yeah. Nobody's sharing each other's screenshots. We want to see full
Please.
names, email addresses.
What's the minimum donation? $10?
$10.
$10 entry, Madison.
10 buckaroonies. 10 what's the Italian word for cash?
For cash?
Yeah, like
Sordi.
well, no, I don't. Not the official like Italian word, but there's like a mafia, like smackaroos or something.
No,
like
no, I don't know.
10 clams. That's
10
it.
clams. 10 clams. 10 clams. Leave the gun, take the cannolis. But yeah, 10 clams. And let me actually add that to that right there. Donation.
And as you see in chat, I did post the email address to send the screenshots to.
Mm-hmm. I know. Last week we were able to raise like $300. So I'd like to see if we can get far past $300 easy.
And that was just in a matter of minutes.
Yep.
So we have a week now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so this whole you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, whatever. This isn't like you have to do it right now. You've got for the next 7 days. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with whoever else. Share it with customers going. Share it with people who you hang out with. Just all donate like just $10, and we'll just get you in for everything. Make sure you send it all to us, and we can get everything sent out to everybody. That's not a problem at all.
Yes. And we will be checking. So you're going to email those to get even your name put in random.org is how we're going to do it. And What we are going to do is each one of us is going to give one of the giveaway gifts away. So you're talking 4 different computers, so it's not rigged. We're not rigged.
We're going to have to go around 2 times though if we've got this many, right? So we'll round robin it, you know.
Yeah. You'll just keep going until we are all done with the things. But like I said, we will be using random.org. So there's no trickery here. There's no giving stuff to our buddies. You know,
which is why I will not be doing the drawing for my gift my gift.
Right. Yeah.
Nope.
You won't be doing it.
We'll just make Donald.
My hands will be right here.
Yeah. We're just gonna make Donald. We'll actually make Donald do that one.
Yeah, I don't care who does it.
The real Donald.
We'll enter. We'll enter your names in here after we check that you have donated, and we see your screenshot in our emails. We'll enter the names into this program here, and we will. I think we're going to generate them 3 times. Do 1, 2, and then the third one will be the winner. That's how I've always done it. So it's kind of give it a good chance for it to actually ramonize whatever you want to say.
Ramonize?
I don't know.
That's mistake number 3.
He's old. He needs a nap.
And that's mistake 4. I got another nap, and tomorrow I'm doing a huge fucking mountain. I know I'm going to be tired. I'm going to have my grandson bitching the whole time that he wants a coffee. 9-year-old one coffee.
I need another hobby, John. So I'm going to start making a list of Truncali-isms.
Truncali-isms. I love it. And we'll post that on the page. But yeah, we're going to check your emails. We're going to put them in here, and each one of us will do one of the giveaways, guys. So it'll be 4 different computers. There's no trickery here. No trickery on our part. So we don't want no trickery on your part. And this is for a good cause. So there shouldn't be any trickery at all.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that now's a really good time when you think about this is a lot of times these giveaways are under a pretense. It's like, oh, you know, you're driving motivation because you're giving something away. We're not actually, as individuals, we're not asking for anything. This is all about community. This is all about everyone here. So it's a good time to think about this as a selfless act. You're really sort of helping each other by donating to CASAA because, as it was stated earlier, CASAA is us. I mean, it was started by consumer advocates for consumer advocates. It's the same thing that Don's doing. You know, it's for us. So that money, you know, they're doing a lot of the leg work and footwork, you know, a lot of the heavy lifting, but it really is for a great cause because it's really for ourselves.
And if there's a lot of shop owners on here, one thing we do to raise money with our stores for the Iowa Vape Association is a roundup. It's extremely easy. We have 3 small stores in small cities in Iowa. Not a whole lot of foot traffic. We still manage to raise about $500 a month.
Awesome.
With roundup. Awesome. So if you want to do a roundup in your area for CASAA, you could do that. Just put a tab in your point of sale system, you know, CASAA roundup, and then it's real easy at the register. At the end of the month, you pull up that item, find out how much you're going to write your check for or send over to CASAA, and do it monthly.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And another thing that I stressed last week, get your families involved, guys. I mean, they should be on your side anyway. And especially if you already have family that's backing you up and they're supporting your vaping, get them to join CASAA. Get them to join, guys. Let them be part of the calls of action. The more people we have on these calls of action, when you start seeing, it's exactly like Matthew says, when you see 1 million responses, 2 million responses to a call to action, that opens their eyes, guys. That's like, oh, hold up, wait a minute here. Because again, remember, these calls to action, I hope also, I hate to say this, but please, if you're not registered to vote, please register the vote. It's kind of important for us as vapors, guys, because if you're not a registered voter, we all know in this panel, you mean diddly to them because you don't support either
no threat to their job.
You're not threatening their job. Exactly. So, you know, that I can't stress that is so important, guys. Be a registered voter. I mean, and go and vote. Please go and vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote, but when you're a registered voter and Just say out of coincidence they pull your name out of the hat and they, oh, this guy's not a registered voter. That gets thrown in the garbage. This guy's not a registered voter. That gets thrown in. So get registered to vote. Get your family to join CASAA. Let's get those numbers. 250,000 out of fucking how many? 13. Some say 13 million. I think it's a little lower. I think that's a little high.
Some say 10.
Yeah, I think 10 to 13 million, but 10 million vapors, dude, and they only have 250,000 registered on CASAA is insane, man. That is insane. So, you know, again, if you have a brother or a sister that's happy that you're vaping and you're not smoking any longer, give them the link. Get them to go sign up for CASAA. Get them to follow the calls of action. You know, the more people we have doing those, the better it looks on us. And, you know, and let's get those numbers up, guys. 15% of us only opening the emails is nuts. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, you took the time to register there. I know we get, I don't know what your guys' email box looks like. Mine, I kind of controlled it now. I seem to get it under control, and then something happens and I get spammed with other stuff. But you should see those calls of action. And if you see them, guys, open those emails. Open the email on Sunday. See what's going on. It's a great way to find out what's going on during the week, you know, or what happened during the week. And then when you see those calls of action, don't waste time, guys. Click that link. Get over there. It's simple, huh? Tim.
Yeah,
it's simple. They break it. It's all done for you. It's all auto-filled.
All you have to do is enter in your information and hit send, and the pre-done email will get sent to the right politician for your area.
That's right. It gets sent to the representative of your area. So it's not, if you're in Iowa, my California rep isn't going to get an Iowa registered voter call of action. So, you know, it's pretty simple. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I know you guys don't, you know, you have these, you know, everybody's family is not backing them up. But if you do have people in your family that are backing you up, get them to join CASAA. Tell them how simple.
Like you were saying earlier, family doesn't notice when you're changing stuff and they won't switch over to vaping. They're still smoking. It's the same, like it or not, we're grouped in with tobacco. Yeah. So like it or not, CASAA's great work is also helping keep flavored tobacco on the market, or whatever, you know, chew or whatever. So you can use that to have them join as well. I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but sometimes it might work. The more you can get, the better.
That's I never even thought about that, but yeah, they are doing that same thing for the flavored tobacco dips and
that whole thing that just, you know, that went through here a little while back. That was all tobacco, and that was great for us. I had friends and family members that I knew chewed to get on board because they didn't realize that it was tobacco. They thought it was just vapor. Yeah. And the work that we're doing, we get a lot of cigar customers in here. They donate, they round up to IVA because they know it's flavored cigars. Yeah. They're going after flavored cigars, and you know, we're fighting for choice. We're fighting for people to make a choice.
Yep. Yeah. And that's
whether they want to stick with cigarettes, they'll stick with cigarettes. But if they want to come into a healthier, it should be there for them as well.
That's for us.
They're trying. Go ahead.
That's just for me and Tim because we're the only 52-year-olds here.
Thank you, Cheryl. I have no problem admitting to that. I know we act like 52 is old.
It is.
We're powerhouses.
It's old to you youngins.
Yeah.
I'm actually waiting for Tim to go into a rock concert with the Walker.
Oh, I could. Yeah, it would be 20 years down the road, and the Rolling Stones would still be touring. And me and Tim will be on our walkers. The Stones again, man. The Stones. And they'll be on stage, and they'll look 30, and we'll look 75, 80.
Yeah, well, we all already know Keith Richards is going to outlive all of us. It doesn't matter what pandemic happens. It doesn't matter. You could feed Keith Richards 10 cartons of cigarettes a day for the rest of his life, which is never going to end anyway. And you know, he'll outlive us all. But
him and Betty White will be the only two walking the earth.
That's this rate, yeah.
Yeah, they will repopulate the earth. Betty White.
Ew.
Richards.
Oh, we don't need that in our heads, man. Stop. No.
I can play the Jackie Moon song to that.
No. No.
So just
done.
so everyone knows who's watching too,
Hmm.
with the email that we put out, a few of us have it. And what I want my phone to be blowing up for the next week.
Right.
I want I want to check my phone and I've got a crap ton of notifications. That's what I want. I want you to annoy the crap out of me.
I want you guys to make Brian's phone die by the afternoon.
I want you guys to keep me awake.
It's attached to my phone too, so go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to look at it and be like, really? Another one?
Yeah.
I want to miss my afternoon nap, damn it.
Let's make him miss his afternoon nap.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I'll just spam the email just because for that.
Where I'm going tomorrow, I won't get any emails. So my phone doesn't work there.
Wow, I cannot wait for my new camera tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll get that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm all fuzzy.
Yeah,
I look great.
Tom, that's the best you looked in years.
I know.
Tom looks like one of those interviews on like 48 Hours Undercover or something.
To catch a predator.
Every time he does this, I check a makeover.
He chose not to reveal his identity. Now
I thought she was 18.
Hey, we ain't going there. No.
All I wanted was a Big Mac and a large fry.
No, we're not going to catch a predator.
She told me she was 18.
Stop it.
Why do you have a case of wine and a 34 pack?
creepy show.
Okay. Now that my camera's fixed for now.
So I know in Iowa you can still vape in shops in Iowa. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. We can't up here. So when I used to take trips down to Iowa, I didn't realize I would go through almost 100 mils of juice in a day sitting inside the shop I worked at and just sitting there just vaping all day, every single day.
I could see me doing that too if I worked at a vape shop.
So legit, you
yes.
you can't vape in vape shops in certain places?
Yeah, in North Dakota you can't.
Can California.
In order to sample, you have to go outside to sample and come back in.
What's the point of the vape shop anymore?
Oh, that's what took
To
away
sell?
the taste bars here in Cali. That's what happened with the taste bars.
Well, no, I knew the whole sampling thing was pretty much a done deal. Like I knew that, like, because I remember when I first started vaping, and and vape shops were something that showed up on my radar. I was like, oh, I should go down and try out a bunch of different flavors, because I was ordering $20 bottle, 30 ml bottles based on YouTube reviews. When taste is subjective, I'd get this bottle of stuff and I'd hate it. So I thought that'd be a really good idea to go try that route. And then I knew that they took the sampling thing out. Then I think wasn't there a loophole people were doing, like you would have to
zero.
Well, even before that, it was like instead of it being free, they would take like $1 or something to let you try it and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Then maybe it was zero. Then the final time I was in a vape shop was probably a few years back here. There's one right down the street from my house. And while you could not sample it traditionally, what they would do is they would put like a drop on your finger or something and let you lick it, just to see if, you like the flavor. Yeah. So, but I'm getting the feeling that you're saying you can't even bring your own vape into the vape shop now and vape. Is that what you were implying, Brian? Like I could not walk into a vape shop with my carbon loaded up with my own juice and vape in the vape shop.
Correct. You cannot do that up here.
That's whack.
That law was actually passed it was called the Clean Air Act up here.
Clean Air Act.
Was 2013, I think it was. It passed before the vape really got into it up here. And the weird part is, like, we can't vape in shops up here. Like, we just can't do it. But there were cigar places where you could actually have a cigar in there and you could test them in cigar shops.
Yeah,
but we can vape.
Yeah, here in California, the cigar bars, I'm allowed to smoke a cigar, vape, or have a cigarette on a nice, beautiful couch.
Now, wait a minute. How do you test a cigar?
Oh,
You don't.
You can smoke it. You can smoke it in there. And like we have a place here called Cheroots, and they got alcohol in there. So I can actually go in and have a beer and smoke a cigar or a cigarette or vape.
Last trip out to DC, they got food. It's like 2 blocks from the White House. They had food on a menu. They had drinks on a different menu, and they had cigars on a third menu. And you order your cigar before your dinner, you eat, drink, and then you have your after dinner cigar. And it was a really nice place, really expensive. It was about my whole trip right there was that cost, that bar.
That bar. That's the place that charges you $50 for a New York strip steak.
Yep.
8-ounce steak. You want a potato? I don't know if I can afford the potato, man.
I gave my wife the link. She probably just seen that, and I've been holding on to that for 6 months now.
Yeah, I used to in the shops up here. What I would do is I actually made a dripper, a small little dripper, really small, like 15 watts to less, maybe 10 watts. Because a lot of people sampled would they actually used to use cardos. Well, you can't really use little cardos kind of like this to sample stuff because it's going to taste differently on an RDA or a supplement tank. So I made a dripper, and I would go outside with the customer, and I would actually vape it, and like they would vape it in front of me to get the actual flavor. And then when they were done, I would actually clean up my coil and all that stuff, and keep doing that every single day to help them better understand how the flavor is going to react with them. I mean, it sucks, especially in the wintertime. I mean, trying to get like that decent taste and real low wattage in the wintertime is not a fun deal to be
Especially
doing.
when they want to start with a cinnamon flavor.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
I don't think I've had a cinnamon flavor in forever.
In the wintertime, everything tastes minty.
Have you tried a churro flavor?
I mean, I have. I'm just saying. I think the last one I had was churros, strawberry and churros, or something. One Up or something came in one of my boxes because I forgot to pick my own flavors. But I went away from the desserty. What?
I got to do that yet. Thanks for reminding me.
No problem.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Well,
Squirrel.
I forgot 2 months in a row. So one time it showed up. I mean, I don't even think I have cinnamon in my flavor profile, but it's whatever. I mean, I just don't do the desserty vapes much anymore.
We got a Red Hots here from Solar Drops, which is a local company here in Iowa. Little guy. It's spot on Red Hots.
Red Hots. Ooh,
yeah.
Sounds good.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
There was I forget what the name of that company was, but Tim probably remembers remember the toothpicks with the cinnamon and
Yeah, I do. I remember. Yeah. I think you can still get them.
Yeah, there was an e-juice company. I don't remember which one it was, but it was spot on to those toothpicks, man.
Oh God, I've been through so many companies and juices now at this point. It's virtually impossible. Like I remember when I used to rave about Five Ponds Grandmaster. I mean, that's not a cinnamon flavor by any stretch, but I think that was probably the last dessert flavor that I held on to with any kind of revelry. But yeah, I don't do them anymore. So when I get them, I'm like, oh damn, a dessert flavor.
See, I'm a big dessert guy. Like I love my desserts.
Yeah.
I don't like the simple fruits because to me, you put a green apple and anything, it still tastes green apple, no matter what it is. To me, like desserts really pop out in different ways, and they're more distinguished than they are in just straight fruits. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Everyone vates different. Everyone likes what they like. Not a problem. Everyone's completely different, that's the great thing about this is that there's so much variety. There's so much.
It's so personalized.
Absolutely.
Vaping is
And just think about that. I mean, regardless of everyone's differences or their likes or their dislikes, I mean, that's to the wayside. It's just think about the impact of losing that.
Yeah.
Think of the levity of that and losing that and what your choice that's being removed from you forcibly. I mean, that should be that much more reason to fight for it.
Yeah, I go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
It boils down to they're trying to take away our freedom of choice.
Yeah.
And that's just not fucking cool. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I mean, it's just, to me, I laugh because I think about, I don't know, was it 10 years ago, the outcry from New Yorkers when they tried to take away their 44-ounce sodas.
Yeah.
And I mean, you remember that? That was fucking national news. My cousins in Italy were talking about that because how Italian Italy, they don't understand why we need 64 ounces of soda anyway. But
we don't really, but it's the choice that we can do.
My fucking choice. If I want to go to AM/PM and get a 64, what they used to call it, the Gut Buster or whatever it was called.
That's what we call the tall beers.
Yeah. If I wanted a 64-ounce Mountain Dew, I that's my freaking problem, man.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what an AM/PM is, so.
It's just that gas
grocery store.
Okay. Circle K, 7-Eleven.
Okay.
They're all the.
But that's what I try to tell.
Sheets.
That's what I try to tell people. Yeah, that's what I try to tell people on my personal page. I go take the vaping part out of it. Look at the other parts of this bill and understand what's going on, because this can happen to you as a coffee lover. They can tomorrow wake up and say, you know what? Too many kids are fucking drinking coffee. How many of us?
Starbucks is marketing to kids.
Yeah,
right.
How many? I want Ollie, raise your hand that has stood in line at a Quick Stop or a 7-Eleven or whatever, and seen a 15-year-old holding a Rockstar or a Mountain shit, any one of those fucking energy drinks.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to yourself, well, what what the hell? It's like I've seen kids standing in line holding double shots of espresso cans, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, you do not want to drink both of those cans.
But they do.
They do.
Or they'll drink like 8 Monsters in a day. Now, granted, that's a whole different set of issues.
Yeah,
but it's still their choice.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell my friends that are like, oh, it's just vaping. I go, no, take the vaping out of it. It's the choice that is being taken away from us, and it's so easy for them to do that again to anything else. Anything else that you guys want. And we're joking aside, but I mean, and I've been in plenty of Starbucks and see the parents sitting there. What do you want? Can I get a mocha frappuccino, Mom? It's like, yeah, go ahead, give me a small. Like, that's a big deal. It's only one shot of espresso. But I mean, it's our choice. It's my choice. I want to save my life. This is what's saving my life. I need flavors. We all need flavors. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I occasionally have I have 3 or 4 different just strictly tobacco vapes, but 80% of what I vape is a flavored e-liquid. And
even your tobacco flavor is a flavored liquid.
Yeah, I mean, it's got one's got almonds, one's got brandy in it, one's got vanilla in it. So
one's got bourbon, if I remember correctly.
One has bourbon in it. Yeah.
It's also hypocrisy on their part by leaving, taking away our choice, but also leaving something that's more harmful.
Yep.
Well, here I thought you were going to go this direction, Don, and say that they by sort of laying that blanket claim, oh well, we'll leave you with your tobacco flavors, but we talk about it all the time, and we say that there's irony in that alone, in the fact that they are flavors, whether it's a fruit or a churro or whatever. You can't have tobacco flavored vape without tobacco flavoring. So
that was another argument that they used at our local public health department, was the flavors for the kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, and we all know that's for the most part.
I love how they throw. Oh, we got to save the kids. No, you're just using them to get an emotional response out of us.
Yeah.
None of us here want to see kids using this stuff because it's not for kids.
No, but it's a great marketing plan to people that don't really care about what our journey is. They just see it as, oh my gosh, the kids are doing it, get their hands off of it, and they're definitely marketing to kids. But this is another thing that was brought up the other day too. It was a conversation on Twitter about how all these ants companies that are out there, the Paves and all the other ones that you can run off the list, and they keep putting out all this propaganda out onto the social media platforms, to try to put falsehoods out there, whether they have metals in them or this horrible chemical and all. But we were all teenagers and kids once. And John and I can remember when the PMRC came around and they wanted to put, they wanted to put ratings on albums. And what did that do?
I remember that.
Well, right. But what did that do to the kids our age? We're like, well, I got to get that now.
Got to get that.
It's twice as scandalous as it was when I could just not know what it was to begin with. So all this propaganda that the anti-vape organizations are putting out are only really turning the kids into spurring that curiosity. So they want to go try it. They want to see what it's all about because it's so nefarious and the forbidden fruit. They're not allowed to touch it. And that, it's so bad for them. It really is annoying. And that's how they perpetuate this epidemic of teen and youth usage, is because you're only spurring them on to want to try it. So while you think you're being productive, you're being counterproductive, but they knew what they were doing all along. So
you've got a lot of these politicians and public health officials. They sit there and, like you guys have said before, not a lot of people smoke that are in those positions. So they don't understand. They gravitate to that. It is the flavors. No matter what you say, it is the flavors that's drawing the kids. It's real. I've changed a lot of their perspective on it with a very simple comparison, which is alcohol. Right. And I just start out with them because the majority of people in America have drank underage. Sure. And I asked them straight up, did you drink before you're 21? You don't have to answer me if you don't want to, but did you drink before you're 21? Every single one I've talked to has drank before they were 21. Right. Next question is, did you try to, were you just drinking what you were handed, whatever you get your hands on? Yes. Why were you drinking? To get the buzz. Flip it over to vaping. Same thing. Those kids are not doing it for the flavors. You can go to YouTube. You can see that kid with the styrofoam cup with 5 jewels poked in it. He's not doing that because he really likes mango. Yeah. He's doing that for the nicotine high. Boy, their eyes open up and they start realizing. Now, it only lasts for a few minutes until the ants come in, the PAVE comes in, and they start hitting theirs. That's why we got to keep hitting them with this other discussion, this other side of the discussion.
Yeah. Right.
This more logical side of the discussion.
We have to use facts, not emotion.
Well, I mean, if you really want to break down, I've heard, even in this whole discussion, like heavy metals and certain other chemicals, if you just go to Google and just put in Google and just put in what is the chemical proposition of the air in California, you will get things like asbestos, benzene, cadmium, you'll get nickel, get formaldehyde, chloroform. You get all that stuff is actually in the air. You're actually continuously breathing.
Time out. Why are you picking on California, Brian?
I'm just saying.
Why are you picking on California?
I mean, I have to. That's what I do. I have to make myself look better here. Come on now, give me a break.
Yeah.
Well, North Dakota, Wisconsin.
All the oil drilling going on in North Dakota.
That's across the state. It doesn't come this way.
North Dakota, Wisconsin, and Iowa all have cleaner air than California.
Oh, impossible. With all those fucking cows in Wisconsin, there's absolutely no way your air is clean.
Brian, Google it.
Oh, here we go.
All those cows farting at the same time and shitting? No way.
Yeah, but see, we got a lot of trees and fields, not so much in North Dakota. But
and the way you guys eat and the way you guys fart, no way.
Oh yeah.
I see everything's got cheese in it. I don't know how you guys.
That's just here.
Oh well. My whole point of this whole thing is that if you're doing a test like California or say Chicago or some place that's really heavily populated with a lot of cars, a lot of automobiles, a lot of people going in and out and all that stuff, you're going to have more air pollution. When you have more air pollution, your tests are actually inaccurate because of that reason alone.
Hold on. Didn't some university out in California do an air study with a vape shop and the California air, and the shop's air was cleaner?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then
There's
that's
all
kind
the proof you need that.
of my whole point.
They did it
Yeah.
twice.
Yep. So I mean, what studies you're going to believe and why is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're really worried about those little chemicals that we're breathing in
Stop breathing.
per se, I mean, you have to look at the science of it. You have to look at what you can actually breathe in and what breathe out, and like the stats on like the human body's willingness to actually accept certain volumes of certain things.
Sure.
And that's what it really comes down to. So you can say if like all these ants people, they all say like it's chemical this, you're breathing in this, you're breathing in that. Well, we could be, but it's a very minuscule amount comparatively to cigarettes alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But
that
that's
and
go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of people with the nicotine as well, talking about bringing something in. A lot of people use that nicotine and they see it with cigarettes. So it's got that bad name. It's got a bad rap. All of us know that nicotine's not as bad as everybody said. It doesn't even have any cancer-causing carcinogens in it. So, or markers in it. I like to bring up a point when I talk to politicians, public health officials, how safe is the patch and Nicorette gum? And they all think it's 100% safe. I've had very few of them say, I don't know, but I don't think it's 100% safe. But most of them think it's 100% safe because it is FDA approved for smoking cessation or to get people off of cigarettes. If you do the research on it, it is 2% of the harm of a cigarette.
Yeah.
2% of the harm of a cigarette. So we're looking at, from the UK study, 5% of the harm max for a vape. And that's 3% away.
Yeah.
That's not a huge difference, and it helps people get off cigarettes. So, you keep bringing these kinds of topics to the ones that are making the decisions and educating them. I really think we have a really great chance of keeping this on the market and making it pass, and especially with the rally coming up, donating to CASAA, letting them get their feet under them with a little bit more power. We did a lot with that last rally.
That
was within a week. We're going to have that same amount of time when we go out here for this PMTA. And I think if we can get enough people there, especially if we have to be 6 feet apart, we're going to look huge. So, so, we get enough people out there, 4 days in between. I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be awesome.
I would say take the last rally and make it 6 times as big, because you had to have that more spread out look. Do you think how big do you think that's really going to look? I saw pictures of all those people there the last time they had it, and there's a lot of people down there.
Well, I did that big brother thing, where they have the little jar and they tell you how much is in it, and then they got a big jar and you're supposed to guess how many's in it. I did that when I was there. I counted out a little square and then I went around and counted the group. People were coming in and out all the time too. So if you count all of them, I know their official count was 4,000 or something like that, 4,000 or 5,000. I think it was double that. We were so crammed in there.
Yes.
I mean, there was a ton of people there. It was just insane. I wish they had a counter out there, because I definitely think with the people coming in and out and leaving, it was easily 6,000 to 8,000.
Especially all the drama at the beginning of it, with the way it started.
I bet a lot of people didn't even. Those were probably the ones that were coming in. They were leaving thinking it wasn't going to happen, and then decided to come back.
Because they took an hour away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took an hour away from the actual.
Which couldn't have been better for us, I don't think, having the helicopter fly right over us. Oh, it was absolutely perfect. It was meant to be, and I am one that firmly believes on things happen for a reason, and I think that definitely happened for a reason.
I was still wishing, I don't know, maybe there is, I haven't seen it, but I wish there would have been a professional photographer out there that got that good clean shot of that, because all I've seen is cell phone images, and they're usually video cuts from somebody's video, like a screenshot, so they're not very good quality. But it would have been nice to have a professional photographer gotten that shot with that helicopter flying over. It would have been a great cover photo for the group.
It would have.
Oh man,
that was an experience. I am so glad I was there. Like I said, I never thought I'd be out in DC. I've been out in DC 3 times, and it's been an experience every single time.
Yeah.
I grew up there, so after a while, you start taking it for granted. It's like I don't want to go down there and all that bullshit traffic. No, it's a great play. I mean, a lot of fond memories. DC.
Hey, like you're probably like me, got so like I lived in South Philly and had all those historical monuments out there. So every time family came over, we'd always go, to see the
Well,
Liberty Bell.
no.
You're just like, okay, enough. I don't want to see the Liberty Bell.
I've seen this shit 14 times. That's enough. I don't want to.
Don't mistake me though. What I'm saying is, like, even as a person growing up in that area, I still had an affinity for the downtown DC area. Now, I wasn't wrapped up in politics or any sort of federal government stuff, but I mean, just the ability to take in the Smithsonian Institute and the museums and the monuments. I mean, there was always a reason to go down there and enjoy that part of town. So, it does come with its own sense of controversy, but I think it's great that people get to go experience the city. So if you've never been, if you ever wanted to go, and you can take a few days, this is a great reason to go and maybe do both.
Yeah, and hurry up because they're just tearing monuments down left and right.
Exactly. I mean, the Lincoln Memorial may just be a slab of concrete here before too long.
It'll be just a chair. It'll be just a chair.
Yeah.
So John, I sent you a
anyway.
picture of probably one of the best pictures of the entire time is with the helicopter flying over and all the signs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I sent that in our group thing, and if you want to show it, go ahead. That was I do not know who took that. I don't know.
That's a good shot.
But that shot has been.
It's probably John Glauser's.
The only problem with that shot is it's not leveled. So I'm just kidding.
Hey,
good Lord.
It's probably John Glauser's because I've seen his everywhere. It was probably the best one out of all of them.
I think I'm going to make that my Twitter background picture.
Yep.
How about that?
It's a really, really good picture.
Yeah.
That one, yep.
I get the banners.
If you want the full thing, let me know. But yeah, it's one of the best pictures out there.
Somehow I got to figure out how to squeeze it into the how many
it's
millipixel allowance I'm allowed for a Twitter background photo.
Thumbnail.
Yeah.
Just take some of the edges off.
No, I think I can reposition it once I have it in there.
I think there's still a bunch of We Vape, We Vote signs that I think.
Matthew was saying he had a bunch of them. Was it Matthew or was it Kristen? They said they had a bunch of them at their house yet.
I'd say bring them all down. Let's have them all up there again.
Bring them down there.
I know IFAST has a bunch because when Trump did his rally out here over the winter break, they sent a bunch out here for IFAST to display up there, and so they can send those back. Plus, IFAST made some more.
Be awesome if they get one in Trump's hand.
Him holding that picture or holding that sign, that'd be awesome.
I might just Photoshop that tonight. I'm sure there's one out there I can put in there perfectly. I just have to go through all the there's probably thousands and thousands of Trump pictures, but I'm sure I can find one where I can Photoshop that We Vape, We Vote fucking sign on it.
Have them there right in front holding a sign. That's all we need.
Done.
Yeah.
And it's like Facebook now. You actually get to reposition it and resize. So
yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, because I get an issue with doing the pictures for this show. They limit me to the size, and I've always had to crop what I do for here. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture. I could fix it a little bit, but it looks good. It's a good picture.
Well, I can send you the actual one. That was just a screenshot copy, is what it was. But
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, we all just keep doing our part. I mean,
yeah, that's
we just have to keep doing it.
Yeah, and I guess that goes without saying is that there are a lot of people that sort of feel the effort is somewhat fruitless. Don't feel that way. Don't throw in the towel before it, what do they say? It's not over until the fat lady sings. I don't think the fight will ever end. You know what I mean?
No, it won't.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about vaping and your right to choose vaping as a healthier alternative and a better way to live, keep fighting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean,
Uh,
that's one thing Donald knows too, is that like it's never ending. Like we have to keep doing it. We have to keep
And-
following it. We have to keep on it consistently.
And I'll be honest with you. There's been times where I've been like, why bother?
Mhm.
Why am I doing this? And then I'll hear a story about like Don with the woman that, started singing again. And then I realize, oh yeah, that's why I do this. Why I advocate so much and why I push for it is the little people. Not so much for me, but for those that are new to it or and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it infuriates me even more when like Don said also, it's about fighting for our right for choice, but it infuriates me to know that someone can just swoop in like that and just take something away from you when you're not causing any harm. You're actually on the side of good on this one. And to see someone just literally take a right away from you like that over a bunch of nonsense, it should, if anything, it should make you mad.
Yeah. And for a lot of us, like we talked about this before, for a lot of us that are vaping, this is like the first time majority of us has had to deal with the government. And it's just like, this is like it's been a wake up call for a lot of people. It's just like, wow, because a lot of us just go by our day-to-day shit. And if it's something that doesn't involve us in politics, we just kind of,
we ignore it.
We ignore it. So it's like this for a majority of the vapors that are out there. This is pretty much the first time that they've had, dealings with the federal government or state and local governments. It's just like, I mean, a majority of us probably, when's the last time any of you guys been to a city council meeting in your city?
Never.
I mean, I'm in the same boat as Tom. Like, I was ready to give up too. Like, I just like, this is just never ending. I can't make a difference by myself. And then, I started beyond on this show here and there, and John kind of put me back on the track of like, let's keep doing this for not just us, for them.
A good thing to do if you guys really want to try something. Do this. Go out and try to find a tobacco flavor that you can vape, and stop vaping everything else and just vape tobacco and see how you feel after 3 days. See what it does to you in 3 days, knowing that I'm not saying it's going to draw you back to smoking a cigarette or start dipping again, but just to realize what it's going to be like if that's your only alternative. Try it for 3 days, man, and see how
I've
you
done
are.
that. It sucks,
Man. It sucks. It's nice. I like the fact that if I want to vape a tobacco, I can grab it and vape tobacco. But guess what? I got another mod with fucking banana and custard and whatever in there.
Blueberry cupcake, blueberry waffle.
You want to see
whatever.
Try it for 3 days. Don't vape any flavors at all other than tobacco, and see how you feel. And if that doesn't make you want to fucking fight for your right to choose flavors, then I don't know what else to tell you, man.
And I'd like to say, I don't know how many people are on here that I can't speak for you guys. I don't know your backgrounds well enough, but for me, what pushes me and what drives me is my customers, my employees, my family. I don't know. I think I would feel alone if I was a consumer. And I just want to say you're not alone. If you guys, go to your local vape shop, go to your groups, talk, tell your story, and you will see that you are not alone. And you do need to fight for this. I know, like all of you guys are saying, I felt the same way. I go to bed defeated. I wake up ready to fight again. It's just one of those things, you've got to keep waking up ready to fight, and you've got to do it every single day.
Right.
Like we talked about, and CASAA talked about, CASAA's us, guys. So, stay on top of what's going on around you. Even if you live in a town with 500 fucking people, pay attention to what's going on in your community. And again, look for that key word, smoke. If you see smoking, that means us, guys. Unfortunately, that means us as well. So pay attention to that, pay attention to what's going on in your city, pay attention to what's going on in your state, and stay on top of it, and join CASAA. Simple. We talk about it over and over again. Join CASAA, stay informed. Open the email. Open the emails, guys.
Yes.
Read them. Click on the links. Go back to CASAA. Read what's going on. Pay attention. And if it's a call of action, please, like we said, it's all. I hate cussing, but I'm sorry. I'm an ex truck driver, but it's all filled out. It's all filled out for you guys. And I think that we talked about this before, but there is a section to put in your own work as well.
Absolutely. Yep.
So if you do want to add your story, that's a great opportunity. And that's going to your representative of your state. So, I mean, it's all done for you. It's simple. It's the easiest thing you're going to do. You'll click on a goddamn link on Facebook to see some bullshit out of this world $10 item that like, what did I get last week?
From Wish.
Yeah, I got this one. This one made me laugh on Facebook. It's a Sony A7 III. It's a $3,500 camera. Basically, the body alone on this camera is about $3,400. And this link on Facebook and my news feed is selling the camera for $150. You know how many people clicked on that damn link, dude? Did you click on it? You seen it? You guys seen that one?
No, I didn't.
I will now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you said it.
Yeah,
right?
I just blew me away because I like this. When I see those, I don't click on them. What I do is I click on the comment thing because I want to see what everybody's saying. And there are literally 1,000 comments of people that clicked it because they, it's too good to be true, but still they want to see what's going on. But you won't click that stupid email that's a call to action for CASAA, but you click on that. Yeah.
From the time you open that email and you do the call to action, that's maybe 5 minutes of your day.
5 minutes.
Not even. It's like 2.
And if that's such a nominal amount of effort for something that you are involved in. I mean, when people set it up, so you literally don't have to do anything but click a couple buttons or maybe enter some minor data. It's so little to sacrifice for the cause. I can't fathom how people would not want to do that.
And they want to see that stuff. Politicians want to see that stuff. It's one thing that we asked them, and they got a phone call. I was waiting in the lobby of one of the congressmen, and they got a phone call, and the lady took the information, kind of like what we're going to do with the White House there. She took the information, wrote it down. I asked her, what do you do with it? And she says, we categorize it. We see how many calls are coming in. They read the comments. They actually read the comments. A lot of times it's the staffers, but they read the comments and then they pass it along. They categorize how many they have for, we'll use vaping, pro vape, or against vape.
Yeah.
And if they've got more calls against vape or more emails against vape, that's the way they're leaning.
That's
so the getting more and more and more in gets us bigger on their priority list. It's the votes. They're looking at each email as a vote.
Yep. That's the thing I stress, man. I know. I think it's too late now. Is it? I don't know. Some states are different dates. I think it's too late in California to register to vote for the next election. I think it's over here. I don't know how it works. I don't think it's the same date for every state, is it? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't think so. I don't think it's the same date. I think ours is passed. So if you hadn't registered in California to vote for the next presidential election, I think you're kind of out of it. But check your state. See when's the last time. If you're not registered to vote, guys, register. That's simple too. I mean,
I don't know about certain states. I thought literally you could walk into a polling location and register to vote, and like
I know.
that.
Some
I know here in
places you
Iowa,
can, I believe.
I plan on posting on our website and on our Facebook page the friendly vape vote. So what politicians are for vaping and which ones are not.
That's good. Yeah.
So
No, I mean that's it, guys. I mean, and
hey Brian, can you remind us? I think it was Brian that was, or was it Tom that in the Wednesday night core chat? I mean, now I'm certainly not trying to take this down a political path. I mean, I know that we're all sort of facing choices here in November, but there is a libertarian candidate who is pro vaping.
Joe,
yep. Yeah.
Joe Jorgensen.
Right. So if you are a single issue voter, if all this other stuff doesn't matter to you, and you're like, as long as I can live my life, but you take away my vape, god damn it, you know, you do have someone that you can put their name on there or vote for that name because they support what you care about.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Even
odds
if
are
you are,
slim to none, but
well, even if you are a single issue voter, and this is all you care about, it doesn't matter if you think you're throwing your vote away, or it doesn't matter if you think that that person's not going to win. The issue is that if they get enough votes, they can win.
Does
That's
anybody
true.
know where Kane stands?
Not offhand.
No.
He's running, isn't he?
Who?
Tim
Kanye?
Kaine?
No, Kane, the singer.
Con-
Or
Oh,
Kanye.
Kanye.
I'm
Kanye.
sorry, I'm not hip.
Oh, no.
Uh,
There's a new thing. You guys, he's got a new position. He's not going to run. I'm sorry I have to bring this up, but
Oh, he's
I-
running.
I have it on my page somewhere. I got to find it. But it made me laugh.
What, the whole giving $1 million if you have a kid thing?
No. It was funnier than that.
There's
I
that.
just don't want Kim Kardashian as the first lady.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but no.
well,
Yeah. The one thing is that he wants to give out $1 million, up to $1 million if you have a kid, and the second thing is that he wants to make all weed legal. That's his two
Well,
steps right now.
anyway, without getting down the
Not
political route again.
Here you go.
free, but
Yeah, but I think that's a farcical article.
I know, but it's still funny.
Yeah. Well, no, what I was going to say is that even if you voted for the libertarian, even if that was the choice that you made, in your mind and your heart, you know that you can say your vote went to the place that you cared about the most.
absolutely.
And I would feel even more proud if I knew my vote went to someone that I knew cared about the things I care about, instead of just giving it to somebody because they're the lesser of two evils.
Yep.
Yeah,
My
Right.
I agree. Totally agree. You know, that's the way they all should be voted. Like, if you even care about one stance, that one stance is all you need.
Put your vote behind the person that stands up for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hell,
I know-
write
I
me
know-
in this year. I'll run for president. I don't
Oh,
care.
please
Go
don't.
Tom. Go Tom. Ribs for everybody. Is that going to be in our stimulus package?
Yeah, the stimulus package will be
No.
one Wisconsin cow.
No, your stimulus package will be get your ass to work, you lazy bastards.
I want ribs though. So okay, so I'm
I want a
Tom's
cow.
my vote. Tom's
So
my-
here's how you get ribs. Go to work, make money,
Cow.
buy your own.
But we want you to give us.
And if you make enough money, you can actually have somebody cook it for you.
No. Yeah.
You can actually go to
Buy
a restaurant
Iowa
that's open,
pigs.
that may be open.
free ribs for life. That's what we want.
Oh God. Then the
As much as I love
environmentalists-
ribs, I don't know if I could do it for life.
environmentalists will go after us for eating.
Well, everyone knows those contests you don't get stuff for the rest of your life, Tom. Everyone knows
No.
that.
So here's a random question: how many people here actually use tobacco flavors? Like more than most?
I currently don't have a tobacco flavor in my arsenal.
Okay. Now, second question is: do you use that more like in your RDA, like at 200 watts, or do you use it more of like a mouth to lung?
It's in my K fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask because I do use tobacco flavors, but I only use them in MTL form, and that's it. And the tobacco flavors are all of them. I can't stand a lot of them because I don't like even like the cigar flavored ones. I do not like those. I like a certain type of tobacco flavor, and that's it.
I have been on the same flavor for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my dark ass tobacco.
It makes life a lot easier, doesn't it,
Yeah.
Tom?
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it now.
So like 2 of us out of 5 use tobacco flavor more than normal.
I've tried other flavors, but I one tank, I'm done with it. I go right back to my
Yeah.
trusty TNT from Time Bomb.
Yep. And so I'm like, you think of all these vapors out there, all of what they vape. A very small slivet of that is tobacco flavors, and just think if we have to go back to all that. we have to go back to that. There goes on like how you vape and how you like it goes away.
Well, the last time I had a tobacco flavor, it was Royalty 2 by Vapetasia, and it was their salt liquid, and I used it in my pods.
Oh, in your pod, yeah.
And after that bottle, I was like, I'm good on this for quite a while.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, the last one I had was, I remember when ZB had the A-Bay giveaway.
Yeah,
thing?
that's a great tobacco.
That was a good tobacco.
And they, well, I just, there's something about them. I don't know. It's like, it reminds me so much of those days when I switched over and I became a menthol smoker. And then you'd be in a pinch and you had to like bum a smoke from a friend, and all they smoked were Marlboro Lights.
Yeah.
And it just, to me, it just tasted like I was smoking dirt.
Yep.
And so that's what stays in my head every time a tobacco flavor gets put in a vape. It's like it just brings back that memory. I'm like, I can't do this. I may still have the cartridge around here somewhere, but I won't touch it.
When I smoked menthols, is what I smoked, and I was one of the very few people I knew, besides one other person I knew, that actually smoked menthols. Otherwise, everyone else smoked the lights or the reds or the camels or what have you.
I smoked Marble Lights.
You know, so I mean, the whole flavors thing is it's a huge issue, huge, and without people like CASAA, they would not be able to tell us what was going on or what's coming up, or even like Iowa or Wisconsin or what have you. You wouldn't know unless you actually did it yourself. So I mean, it's super important to everybody. It's one simple email.
Well, it's very true, because the underlying issue here is that it, and I not harping on anybody that vapes tobacco flavors. Great, fine, wonderful. If you enjoy them, nothing. I got no problem with that. But a lot of the stories that we hear about in the vaping community are that people were able to actually stay vaping because of flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get pushed back to tobacco, odds are they're not going to enjoy that. And like you said, Brian, that's going to dictate the path that they take, because they may very well just go back to smoking, even though it's a tobacco, that may taste better to them than a contrived flavored tobacco vape.
Yep, absolutely.
Which, with what John said, go out and get a tobacco and vape it for a couple of weeks.
Vape it for a couple of weeks, man. See how it is and see what it feels like. I mean, and hide all your sweet shit and just vape that tobacco, man. Put it in everything.
Yep.
Well, that may be what you have to do.
It's not going to taste very good coming out of an RDA. That's one thing I'm going to tell you right now. If you're going to try to vape a tobacco flavor in RDA, you're a ballsy motherfucker, man. That's all I'm saying. Because
if you try for 3 weeks, I'm going to guarantee to tell you that you will last less than 3 hours.
Yeah.
It would have to be a pod.
Yep.
For me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is a shame, because then all of what's behind me becomes obsolete. You know what I mean? It's like, then good thing I panic bought for a few months.
So did you do that with toilet paper too, then, or what?
No, you know what's funny is as a Costco shopper, I was never in any duress over toilet paper and paper towels. Matter of fact, I just pulled the last roll of paper towels from my Costco since all of this started, and when the shortages happened. I just now am on my last roll. Paper towels. Toilet paper, I got plenty. Just don't, I don't need anybody breaking in my house. I think toilet paper is back on the shelf now.
Yeah.
I think most people are in good shape.
And paper towels are a vapor's best friends, dude. I started thinking when this all started, I was starting to think of all the paper towels that I wasted when I was vaping over here. It's cleaning my RDA, throw it away, get another one.
Go to a tattoo shop, then come back and talk to me about paper towels.
Yeah, they're good there too.
Yeah, they go through paper towels like nobody's business. I'm like, they each have like 3-4 rolls next to their station, and they just go right through them. But no, I think I panic bought just on the premise that, you know, in the early goings, it was like we were going to lose it that quick.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going to buy a ton. And now I have sample box sub boxes that I haven't even touched. I had to start pausing my sub every other month just to give my world a break. Cause I mean, I just got so much juice sitting here. So
are you steeping them?
yes, Stevie, yes. I'm afraid to actually open some of the boxes that they'll all be like really dark brown. You know, how like the clear ones the nicotine starts to age and stuff like that. But yeah, so I got juice coming. And then John talked me into the mints line. So I got 120 mil each of 3 of those. So
240.
I'm gonna be busy for a while.
Another 240 mils coming.
He's not living in like a very like sunny area. Everything's all shut down. You can see in the window behind him. So I mean, he's keeping everything pretty nice. So
yeah. All right, guys, we're almost out. We're out of time, but we're gonna go ahead and Brian, you can go ahead and do your goodbyes, brother. Go.
I just want to thank everyone who's participating, and I want everyone to keep up the good work. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who watches, who is watching, have watched. Let's just keep it rolling.
Should I go Tim first or should I go Tom first? Should I throw Tom a curveball and go him first? Go ahead, Tom. Go first.
Good. Right. I don't want him to say what he said.
Tim,
I don't trust him. I know he's come up with his own the last couple of shows, but I still don't trust him.
He's totally going to say what Brian said.
Uh-oh. I didn't think about that.
Are you all done talking now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. First, I want to say thank you to Don for taking the time to come on our show.
I appreciate it.
Thank you to Matthew for stopping in briefly. Everyone in chat, thanks for stopping. Join the giveaway fundraiser, whatever we're calling it. Join that. I want you to annoy me with my phone going off with that email address. And join CASAA. Good night.
Good night.
That was so prophetic.
That was
well done. Well done.
Everybody.
I can use my own words.
Look how modest he looks right now.
He did not at any time say go Brewers.
You know when
yeah. He didn't say go Green Bay. So that's great.
You know when the camera
on that.
Yeah, you know when the cameras go off and we're offline, he's just gonna stand up from his computer chair and he's gonna be like, yes. Yeah. Nailed it.
Nailed that shit, dude. Nailed it.
All right, my turn, yeah?
Yeah.
So now Tim's going to say what Tom said.
No.
That'd be hilarious.
I'll never cheat. I'm giving Thomas props on that one. No, I just want to say, thank you to everybody who tunes into the show every week. I just want to reiterate how important this time is, and our time is now. We have to do a lot of 11th hour stuff, but that's the nature of the game, and it's a selfless time. All of your efforts are for yourself and the community. We're one great big family, and we definitely need everyone's support. And insider tip, if you're looking for a really good PlayStation 4 game, Ghost of Tsushima. Great game, open world, be a samurai, vape on, vape strong, rock on, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, don't you want to give everybody your PlayStation call name?
So they can you know what? I don't have a problem doing that. It's sinister, but it's like it's the upper lowercase thing. So if anyone's interested, just DM me and I'll give you my handle. It's SINIZTER, Sinister.
Yeah, go play the game and kill Tim.
Or that might be wrong too, but anyway, just DM me and I'll look. I'm in my own little world anymore.
Hey Don, you're up.
All right, I just want to say thanks for inviting me on here. I had a blast. For everybody out there, again, I'm pretty much a nobody. I just own 3 little shops out in the middle of Iowa, and been out to DC 3 times. It just takes feet on the ground. Get out there and do your job. Talk to your politicians. You don't have to know You don't have to be a politician to talk to your politicians.
Yep.
You don't have to be a lobbyist. Go talk to them, send them emails, call them, do whatever you can do and get the word out there. And then donate to CASAA. They're only asking, I know it's $10 for the waffle here, but they're only asking for $2 a month. Set that up. That's nothing. $2.
Yeah.
If everybody did that, they'd be making enough money to do what they need to do too. So
yeah. Thank you for joining the show, Don. We appreciate having you. And okay, guys, my turn. First off, the CASAA thing is important. Like he said, we even if it's the $2, it would be great. Donate the 10 and then do the setup for the $2 a month if you want to. If you don't care about the giveaway, great. Do the $2 a month. You know what? If they do the $2 a month, we could go ahead and add them as well. If they can prove to us they're doing the $2 a month, well, you're entered in the.
It's just a little check mark. You have that clicked.
Yeah.
You screenshot the whole thing and send it to us. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you do the $2, that'd be awesome. That'd be even better than donating the 10 one time and being done with it. But it'd be great if you do the $2. Also, like Don was saying, it's really important. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but everybody that represents you in your state, your city, their door is open to you always, guys. A lot of these guys may have offices. A lot of them don't spend a lot of time in their cities or their states, but their doors are always open to you guys. A lot of times it's some of them, your local city ones are open. You could kind of just walk in there, but some of the other guys, the big boys, you probably have to make some sort of an appointment, but utilize that time too, that face-to-face time. If you know he's there, go for it, man.
Even this one curve that I had to learn was that talking to the politician directly is not always the greatest thing. The staffers are the ones that are making the decision. So if you can get in with a high-level staffer, I would almost say that's better than the politician themselves.
Yeah. And join CASAA, guys. That's all we're asking. 250,000 members. That number should be astronomical. Should be close to. I'd like to see 1 million. 1 million would make us would really show some force. What else, guys? What else do we got going on? Email the White House. Call that number, the switchboard number. It's always on our show. It's always on there. It's 2 phone numbers. Make that call. Don't forget about the. It is, what is it again? S1253. Don't forget about that bill, guys. That's the one we need to focus on right now as a community. We need to put a stop to this. No matter what phase it is right now, let's get the word out to Trump. Let him know that we're watching. We know what's going on, and this is just. I'm going to try. I don't know if he'll go on, but I'm going to try to get somebody from USPS, an actual mailman, to come on and get his thoughts on this. I think it'd be kind of neat to get a mailman's perspective. And this guy's been working with the post office for over 20 years. So I like to see what he has to say about this, you know. So maybe we'll get him on. We'll see. But that's it, guys. We're going to promote this all week on the Sample Box page. I'm going to promote it on my Instagram and everywhere else. This giveaway / fundraiser for CASAA is going to run the whole week, guys. We're giving you guys a whole week. We know that you guys not everybody has cash at hand right away, so we're giving you a whole week to get to $10 together. Like we got written down there, after you do your donation, guys, email that email address there, right there, Wednesday night live show @gmail.com. Give us the screenshot. That's the only way you're going to get into the giveaway, guys, is we need to see that screenshot. What's the last thing? No cheating. No fucking cheating, please.
No Googling how to win.
Yeah. If we catch you cheating,
yeah,
she'll bite you in the ass.
Yeah. That's all.
Even if you're sitting there watching the show on like your PC or your phone or whatever, you can actually, while you're listening to us, call a number.
Yeah, call that number.
You can still have us in the background. Just call, just voice your opinion, come back to us, and just keep listening to us.
Tell them John sent you. No, I'm kidding.
Just do that every time we're on. Just do it.
Yeah. So like again, guys, remember, don't look for loopholes to try to get in on this giveaway. Do the $10. It's for the community. It's to save something that you are already passionate about, something that's already saving your life. And here's a group that's making sure that you can walk into a vape shop and say you want some, I don't know, Frosted Flakes or Cheerios or Fruit Loop flavored e-juice. Think about that. I mean, these guys are doing that for us. So that's it for me. I thank you again, all our guests. Matthew, Don, we appreciate your time here.
Me too.
Tom and Brian, you all suck. No, I'm kidding. You guys are the best. Best co-host anybody could have. Tim's gonna come up with some things for every one of my screw ups, so probably be its own Facebook group page because I make a lot of mistakes. So there should be. All right, guys, thank you again. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys next Wednesday with giveaways. That's it.
Right on.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
See you.
Oh.